Good afternoon with Craig Solberg, the Strategic Solutions Coach for AGSI and Partners out by Camrose, Alberta. And Craig, we're into the middle of June here, just about halfway through the critical 60 after emergence. And just wondering if you could give a comment or two about how the season's gone so far.
Sure, thanks, Keenan. Before I start, I would just like to make a comment on the field that we're in. This is a beautiful pea field here on cereal stubble, and it's very evident to me that we've got great growing conditions. I've been around for a long time, and I would have to say that this would rate up in the top 5 as to some of the best growing conditions we've had since I've been in this in agriculture period. Mother Nature can do a lot of things. If I was to say I would want one thing that was a little better, we had some cool weather early. We have good weather, good heat these last few days. We've had some rainfall. It's awesome. Some of the things that we need to be looking for, and I actually just pulled some pea plants here. What we tend to do is when we are looking at our crops once they come up, we tend to focus on weeds, and there's a number of other things that we should be looking at. We should be looking at things like plant health, evidence of disease, plant stand, how many plants per square foot or per square meter do we have, the health of those plants, are they branching nicely, what do the roots look like. I pulled these plants out of the ground. Normally I would have dug them up and had a really good look at the root system, but I can tell by looking at this field that we have a really good root system, and I can see nodules already forming here. Number of things we need to look at. We talk about nutrient application after the crop is up. 20 years ago, that wasn't even on the radar. We didn't have the technology that we do today. Fungicides were a weather-related issue. With the crop rotations we have today, fungicides actually move way up on the list of priorities simply because of the type of rotations, tighter rotations that we're using. So there's a whole bunch of factors that we need to look at, and I've said this many times, the best thing that we can put on our fields is our shadow and our boots. Those are the key things for me.
So given that, and it's funny how fast things seem to happen, but is it too early to start thinking already about next year?
Absolutely not. There's a whole bunch of things that we need to be looking at today, but we also need to be looking forward to 2013. I hate to say it, but it's just around the corner. Things like grain marketing. I know that we're a long ways from the combine. A lot can happen, but I certainly would be looking at markets. They're strong. Tremendous opportunities from a grain marketing standpoint, so I'd be looking at doing a portion of my crop now. When it comes to inputs for next year, I would also start to think about those things. The world has changed in the last 20 years. We used to never even think about those things till income tax time in December or after the new year. And in fact, in our business, we are starting to fill sheds this week, which never happened historically. We're barely done the fertilizer season in 2012. So those are some of the things I think that we really need to start to focus on to be more proactive.
There you have it, a great start to the season, and talk to your AGSI and Partner Solution team member today to make sure you see your Ready, Set, Grow plan through right into the bin.